Hey guys, how's it going? Kulprit here, and today I wanted to talk about a subject that a lot of you guys over the weekend have messaged me about, asking me to give my input, and that is the DICE EA slip up about Battlefield 4 and their pseudo announcement. But before I get into that, I wanted to talk about two quick little things, and let me introduce the video. This is it's actually not a crazy good game of Rush on Van Peak. I don't go off or anything. I mean, I have a good game. It was one of those meat grinder kind of games. Like, in order to play the objective, you just kind of had to grind it out, trade kills, that kind of thing. But you know, I've been showing you so much TDM lately. I just wanted to get you some kind of an objective gameplay, and so this kind of fit the length that I wanted. So that's why I went with this one. You see me, I end up using like the Scar L, I guess. Yeah, Battlefield 3 is so far from my head right now because I just haven't been able to play in probably a week at least. Just getting crushed, you know, same old story for me. But the first thing I did want to talk about was, I mean, there was no way I wasn't going to talk about this first thing today on Monday morning, is the Xbox Battlefield 3 Platoon. The boys did me real proud this weekend. They played in their first Platoon War, as they called it. I believe it was 8v8. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. It might have been 12v12. I'm not sure. Yeah, actually, I think it was 12v12. I just watched the video, the Grand Bazaar video. They did really good, man. They played with, you know, they played with teamwork, tactics, strategy, and you know, they won 4-0, so the results speak for themselves. I heard good thing about their opponents, so that's always nice that you find another group of guys that are kind of mature and fun to play with. But seriously, I just wanted to tip my hat to the platoon. You guys really have been amazing me, to be quite honest. I mean, everybody says that, you know, gives me credit, and really I don't deserve any. I did a couple, you know, mouse clicks, set up the platoon. The rest has just been made by you guys. And, you know, to think, what, maybe 2 months ago you guys didn't even know each other, and now you guys are one of the tightest groups of guys I've seen. It's fun to play with you guys. I will get on to play more, I promise you. And, you know, I hope to get into one of these competitive matches you guys are doing. If I could get enough practice time beforehand, it would be a lot of fun. But seriously, I wanted to just say that you guys made me proud, and that, you know, you're doing a great job. And it really kind of excites me to see what you guys are doing with the limited tools. And that kind of leads me to my other point, is that I have started up some Platoon forums. It's not just going to be Platoon forums. It's kind of just everything around the community of my channel. Obviously, I'm thinking it's going to be a good tool for the platoons to talk. It'll break down some of the segregation as well. So that's, you know, I have general discussion forums. I have things like that. It's going to grow and evolve as need be. And, you know, this way people can kind of converse. Because you know, if you didn't watch my other video, the platoon walls are kind of clunky. You have to be friends. People have to be on your friends list in order to comment. And, you know, with 150 people, that sounds like a lot, but it's really not. So, you know, there's people on there, and me as the guy that's running the platoon, I can't even comment on some platoon members' posts because I just don't have room to have consoles on my friends list. So it's clunky, you know, another kind of shoddy installation by DICE. But so we just did this. It's a little more fleshed out. It'll be a little more, you know, useful for us. So so far everybody seems to be liking the idea. It's got the ball rolling. So if you haven't yet, head over there, register, do a quick post just so I know you're there. And I mean, I'm going to be ramping it up a lot, and hopefully it'll kind of turn into a nice little hub, nice little gaming community type thing. That's my goal there. Focused obviously around my channel, but more so around you guys getting together, gaming, and, you know, getting some BF3 squads or whatever game is coming down the pipe eventually. And so lastly, let's get to the meat of the topic. I was very hesitant to talk about this because I feel like I do this commentary about every 6 weeks to 2 months. I go off on DICE for bad form or whatever the case may be, or I get my expectations crushed or whatever it is. And, you know, for those that don't know, I believe was it Friday? Was it Saturday? Correct me if I'm wrong. EA, or I should say Origin, slipped up and they put an ad up, or kind of just some kind of advert or just promo banner picture thing, saying that if you, I'll try and actually put one in over the video if I can get it one quick. If you purchase Medal of Honor Warfighter, and I'm pretty sure it's pre-purchase because, you know, what else is the incentive for? You will get early access to Battlefield 4 beta in 2013. Now, as you can imagine, people were going crazy about this. Like I said, in the span of an hour of this going and someone finding it, I probably had 45 emails or, you know, tweets, that kind of thing, asking me what's my input. And, you know, I hadn't planned on doing any commentary because I just feel like I get a little carried away with my grumpy old man routine. So, and there's really no information there. There's nothing, because DICE has retracted it. Or I say DICE. I use DICE, EA interchangeably. I probably shouldn't. This is more an EA thing. There's a lot of people that are surprised by this. I don't know why. We all knew Battlefield 4 was coming. 2013 sounds a little close. I'm not surprised by this. I'm a little surprised. My only question is, Medal of Honor Warfighter is coming in, that would be 2012 fall, October probably. And we had heard about a Bad Company 3. So if, Battlefield 4 is coming in 2013, where the heck does Bad Company 3 fall in? I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if DICE is just pulling some semantics of Battlefield 4, but I don't see how you could do that. I don't see how you could have someone buy a game and get early access to a beta that's 18 months later or a year later. I don't see how that really works, but I wouldn't put it by EA right now. They obviously, Battlefield 3 was a huge success for them, and it's really, EA is hurting for money. They're looking for a cash cow. They're looking for revenue streams like any business is. So I wouldn't be surprised that they're just trying to milk Battlefield 3 for all it's worth. I think it's just a terrible concept. Let me start off by saying I don't think there should be early beta access for anybody. Like, there shouldn't be any exclusivity. I think that's silly. But why they're making you pay, and now mind you, the game Warfighter's got to cost $69.99. That's absurd, guys. I understand. Maybe they'll announce more perks for this. I don't know, but right now all I'm seeing is the early access for beta. And let's be honest, they know that people will buy it for that reason alone, so they probably don't have to add more. I don't know if I will, to be honest, because if you guys remember, they did this with Medal of Honor, and Medal of Honor, by all opinions, was a terrible game. Now, don't get mad at me. I never played it. That's just going by reviews and things I've seen. It was terrible. People wasted their money on that game just to get Battlefield 3 beta. Now, if you remember, Battlefield 3 beta, the Medal of Honor purchasers, what they get 48 hours early? It wasn't much. I remember people being really angry. So basically, they got duped. And here's EA coming along doing it again. And why I have to buy Medal of Honor Warfighter to get early access to Battlefield 4. Now, that is something I would really want, and by the time that game comes out, if everything keeps going with YouTube, that could be a nice advantage for me. So that's the only reason I'm considering it, is for the YouTube angle. If I don't have a YouTube channel, there's no way I'm doing this deal. And obviously there's plenty of time. I still probably won't do the deal, to be quite honest with you. But here's an idea. I mean, instead of trying to milk us again to buy more and buy another game that's unproven and an unproven series, because I was looking at Warfighter with hopeful eyes, but I've seen the trailer and I've seen some information lately that it just makes me not have very high hopes for it. I'm not expecting it to be good. I am not currently expecting to get this game. I'm going to continue to watch it and hope that it turns out to be a game I can play, but I don't have high hopes for that. So in essence, I would be buying the game simply for the early beta access, which is not something I really kind of plan to do. But here's an idea. I mean, DICE, EA, whoever's calling the shots, it's EA, we know that. How about instead of buying Medal of Honor Warfighter to get early Battlefield 4 access, how about you give it to your loyal customers and make it another premium perk? I mean, who would be more, qualified to beta test the game than people who have played a lot of games in your series? It seems like it's so obvious, but I mean, obviously there's no money there. We've already bought premium, so why would they put more stuff in there? I'm just saying, if it really is a beta and you're looking for a test, then give it to people who have played Battlefield, and not necessarily people who have played Medal of Honor. It just doesn't make any sense. It's clearly a marketing move. It's clearly all for money, and that's what it is. And that's why I wasn't going to make a video, because it's pretty darn obvious. But I think it's borderline a scam. It's like a Ponzi scheme almost. It's like they just keep putting out these little games in between and trying to leverage Battlefield to get you to buy games that just aren't very good. And it's our own fault for buying them, so there's no one to blame but us in the end. And that's why I'm saying I don't think I will be getting it if this does in fact turn out to be the deal. I just think it's bad form, and I think it's really kind of tactless to be talking about Battlefield 4 right now when you have so much DLC and so much unproven Battlefield 3. There's a lot left that they're pumping. Like, how do they hype up the other DLCs, but at the same time, out of the other side of their mouth, be talking about Battlefield 4? I think it's just silly. And to say, well, this wasn't supposed to get out. Well, this was going to come out soon, guys, because Medal of Honor pre-orders are going to open up fairly soon. I mean, October's coming fast. So maybe it didn't mean to go out over the weekend, but it probably would have come out in another month or so. I mean, maybe, relatively soon. So how do you talk about Battlefield 4 and basically kind of take the gaze off of Battlefield 3 and point it ahead to Battlefield 4 when you have so much DLC and everything still left to go? But I don't know. I don't think is a good sign for Battlefield 3. I think it shows that the bigwigs and the money guys have their eyes off of Battlefield 3. Now the premium's in the bank. They've mostly moved on to the next moneymaker, to the next cash cow. And when the money is not focused on a game, guess what? The development and the support isn't focused there either. So I'm not very encouraged by this. All in all, I think it's a lot to do about nothing. It's nothing really surprises me. I think it's bad form, but we've gotten used to that from DICE and EA. I mean, if there's one thing we've seen time and time again, it's really just bad business ethics, bad support with this iteration of Battlefield, and that's too bad. Let's hope something new happens in Battlefield 4, but that's a long way off. So there's my opinions on it, guys. Once again, kudos and much respect to the Battlefield, Company 008, Xbox Platoon. Good work, guys. Once again, I am proud of you. And if you got a minute, swing by the forums. I'm going to put links in the description and register and start the post. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.